Good morning. It is just before 9 AM on Saturday the 6th of January and it is time to start another weekly reading vlog. And this week is going to be the first of my reading challenges. I've been planning on introducing challenges for a while, but I just wanted a bit of time at the start just to, read what I want, get into a routine, start the job hunting and see where I go. But now this is the 4th week. It's time to introduce the challenges. And this week is one I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm going to be swapping screen time for reading time. Now, I've seen quite a lot of YouTubers do this one and it is always really interesting. But this is complicated by the fact that I took the screenshots when I was doing the video planning and that was before my job finished. So the screen time isn't reflecting what I'm spending on my phone now, which is probably a good thing because I think that's just going to be too much reading time all at once. But I do really want to cut down on my screen time. I haven't even looked at my recent stats at all. I'm going to use the screenshots I took when I was thinking about this video. So today is Saturday the 2nd of December. So I shall pop this in here. And my screen time for that day was 3 hours and 30 minutes. Now, I wouldn't have been at work on a Saturday anyway, but I probably would have been fairly busy. So it's not too much. So today I'm going to time myself and try and read for 3 hours and 30 minutes. And I'm going to be starting with Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I wanted something a little bit, I don't know how light this is, but it's certainly not Shadow of What Was Lost level fantasy. Let's just say that. So yeah, I wanted something. Well, Wheel of Time. I really want to get into the Wheel of Time now. Really want to get into it. The books are all still on my table. I don't know if you can't quite see them. So I really just want to get into that. But no, I have to read other things first. And I'm going to start with this one. Because obviously this one and Foxglove King, is it? They'll need to go back to the library in a couple of weeks. So let's start with this one. Things to do today. I am going to go into town very shortly. I'm going in quite early. I wasn't planning on going into town today because I've been into town a couple of times this week, but I still have so much stuff to go to the charity shop that I just want another bag out of the way, and I'll take some stuff down at the start of next week as well. I'm just wanting to start getting it out of the house at this point. And then this afternoon, I'm really going to try and get my video recorded for tomorrow, just so that it's done and out of the way. And then I can start getting my SBFBO finalist content out, which I'm really excited to do. So that's where we are this morning. It's not quite time to leave yet, but soon I'll be going. And then record and try getting 3 hours and 30 minutes in. So that's going to take some planning. But I'm really hopeful. This has been getting really good reviews, so I am definitely intrigued. It is just after 12:30. I haven't actually started reading yet, but I'm about to go and record my video for tomorrow. I don't have to edit it today. I just wanted to get it recorded today. And then I'm going to start reading this afternoon. Town. I took my stuff into town, yes. I took my charity bag into town. And then I just wandered around, but I was good. I didn't buy anything. Of course, I had to look at Waterstones, but I didn't buy anything from town, so that's good. So that's another bag of stuff gone. I've still got loads to take down. As I said, I've been having a really good clear out over the last couple of weeks, so I'll take some more down on Monday. I might go to a different charity shop. They've had 2 big bags of my stuff, so I might take it to a different one. Anyway, I'm going to go and record this video and then I can start my 3 hours and 30 minutes reading when I've got this recorded. I've also got some Amazon coming today, so I need to check what time they're coming. It's not books, it's not anything interesting, it's stuff for the cats that they need. So that's it. I have got my review recorded, which is great because I am going to be on that board for SBFBO. I have read 2 others, still need to get those written so I can get those recorded. But this one is done now. I shall get this edited probably tomorrow morning and get it up tomorrow, which is great. Slightly later than I planned starting getting my reviews out, but we are here now and that is the important thing. So I am going to go and start putting in my minutes of reading because there's quite a way to go. So we are going to do this. I'm going to read this afternoon and I'll let you know what I think of the book. It's about 4 o'clock now. I've had to stop reading because it's time to start thinking about food. My food as well as the kitty's food, because I'm going to put a whole chicken into the air fryer tonight, so I need to go and get that going very soon. I've been reading for an hour and 17 minutes, so I do have 2 hours and 13 minutes left to read today to meet my time goal, and I'm on page 136 of Divine Rivals, and I am enjoying this so much. I was not anticipating to love this quite so much. So in this world, it's a fantasy world, and the gods have woken up and they are warring. And people get called to go away and fight for the gods. And our lead characters, Iris and Roman, they live in a city which isn't near the fighting, but everyone's aware of what's going on. And Iris's brother has been called to go away and fight for the god. So Iris and Roman work for a newspaper, and they are in competition for a promotion, and they really do not like each other. They antagonize each other constantly. And Iris has been writing letters to her brother, who's away at war, and they somehow get sent off. But it's actually Roman who's getting the letters. This is actually in the synopsis, so this isn't a spoiler. But the writing is so wonderfully lovely, and it's so absorbing, and I just cannot wait to get back to it and put more of it in my brain. I am enjoying this so much. It's living up so much to the hype. It's wonderful. But I need to go and sort things out now. And Spencer's just used the litter tray, so I really need to go and sort things out. So I will talk to you later when I have more time to come back to this delightful thing. It is 10 to 10 and I've just finished Divine Rivals. This took me to 3 hours and 17 minutes. A little bit short of the 3 hours and 30 minutes. I am not going to go and find something for 13 minutes. I'm going to go to bed because I want to go to sleep. The cats want to go to sleep. They are starting to pester, so they want to go and get some sleep. I'm going to rate this 4 stars, although if we could do half ratings on Goodreads, it'd be 4.5. Doesn't quite hit the 5. There were a few choices made towards the end and resolution that just made me go, this is what we're doing? Really? Okay. Didn't love a couple of things. But for the rest of the book, I had the most wonderful time and I loved it, and it was emotional and precious. I will read the sequel. While I was about halfway through, I was there thinking, I've got a Waterstones voucher. I could go and buy this and the sequel with the Waterstones voucher. But at this point, I'm not feeling the burning urge to do that anymore. I am going to save the voucher, as I planned, for the 3rd part of Justice of Kings, when that comes out. I can't remember what that's called. But I will read the sequel. I'm sure it will be a 99p offer on Kindle at some point, or even the library will have this. And then when these both come out in paperback, I might buy them, I don't know. But I am intrigued in trying some of Rebecca Ross's other stuff. So it's time for sleep, and I've had a look at what my time is tomorrow. It's longer than today. But I don't have a lot to do tomorrow, so I might manage to fit that in. Right, I need to go and deal with Lila because she's just gone behind the telly and I don't think she can get out. Good morning. I think it's coming up to about 9:30 now. It's Sunday the 7th of January. So this morning I have edited today's video that's going up. It's currently saving. I'm just waiting for that to finish so I can upload it. And then there is Wednesday's vlog to edit, which is going to be a big job. Yeah, it's going to be quite a big job. So back to the 2 videos a week for now, and then we'll see how we go. There are still a couple of reviews I need to get written so I can get those recorded, and it is a little bit frustrating because I want to be reading other stuff to review, but there's that block going, but you're already behind. So I do need to get caught up. so that I can get other stuff done, because there's other stuff on Kindle Unlimited I want to read and review. I've got some books for review, so I'm just going to try and get stuff done this week without beating myself up too much. So today, and the reading challenge for today, is 4 hours and 2 minutes. And I've decided, fuck it, let's throw the reading plan out the window. I'm going to read The Great Hunt. So I'm going to read a 700-page book. I did say I wanted to read more pages and worry less about the number of books I'm reading, but this just kept looking at me and I'm going, I just really want to carry on with The Wheel of Time now. Now I've got that magnificent pile of books, which I still need to take upstairs. It's not the longest Wheel of Time by far, and actually the font for Wheel of Time is actually pretty large, so it's not a terribly long one. So I'm going to be working on this for 4 hours and 2 minutes today. I'm going to try and be a little bit better. Yesterday I got all the reading in the evening, which was great. I managed to get the book finished, but I was tired by the time I got to the end of it. I could have finished about an hour earlier than I did. So I'm going to read a bit this morning and then a bit later on, especially since Wheel of Time is a little bit slower as well. And I don't need to worry about reviewing this, so this will give me space to get other stuff done. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it, because I read Eye of the World last year and it was so familiar. It was so comforting rereading Eye of the World. It just felt like coming back to just an old friend of a series, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into it. I read and reread those first few books so many times that I don't feel like any of the plot points are a surprise. Although I could have forgotten some stuff. It's been more than 10 years. So I'm going to start this today. My computer's just beeped at me, so that video's finished. So I'm going to get that uploaded and get the thumbnail done and get on with that. Probably will go for a walk today. It's chilly but sunny, and I don't think we've got any rain forecasts, so it sounds ideal for going for a walk. Whether that means down to the seafront, I don't know. We'll have to see how I feel. Might be nice and fresh at the seafront, but cold and windy. So I'm going to go and get that video uploaded now. It is a bit before 1 PM and I've been reading for 45 minutes, so still got quite a lot of reading time left today. I will be getting back into it very shortly. And I'm really enjoying getting back into The Great Hunt. It's been a while since I read that one, and it's just nice being back in that world. I do really enjoy it. But I'm thinking I want to read something else this afternoon. And then dive into The Great Hunt tomorrow, because I've just had a look at what my reading time is for tomorrow. And it's a lot. So I've just been having a look through my TBR, and I've got a book here, What Lies Beyond the Veil. I'm going to put this on the donate pile. I tried to get into this a while ago, and I've been looking at reviews, and there's nothing in this book that I think I'm going to enjoy. So that can go. And also, I thought I would retry The Salt Grows Heavy this afternoon. I got this for my novella reading challenge earlier on and didn't get into it. So I'm going to give it another go, and if I don't get into it, that can go on the donate pile. And if I don't get into it, I go back to The Great Hunt. So we'll see. I was just getting all mixed up and confused because I've been doing a lot of reading and nothing about this made any sense. And looking at the reviews, nothing about it makes any sense. So I'm going to give it another go, seeing if rereading, because I think I got about halfway through, seeing if rereading that first half really helps. If not, then I don't know. But yeah, I think it's time to say goodbye to What Lies Beyond the Veil, because I don't think I'm going to read that. Look, I'm just going to have to accept this isn't for me. I'm not a fan of the writing style, so it's time to put The Salt Grows Heavy onto the donate pile. And do I want to go back to The Great Hunt, fun as it is, or try something else? I think I might go up and try something else. See if we can get something else knocked off the TBR pile. But yeah, this one's going, not getting on with it. Second time at it. Let's just accept that this isn't for me. So it's about 3 PM now, and I have been reading for just under 2 hours. So I've got 2 hours left and a little bit to make it up to 4 hours and 2 minutes. And I'm on page 102, which is chapter 7, which I don't think is bad progress for a couple of hours, especially since I did try another book and didn't get on with it. So, because we're now getting into the second book of a series, we are sort of seeing the wider world. We're seeing more from the Aes Sedai and all the different Arges and all the infighting that goes on and the petty bickering and all the history of everyone. So we're seeing more and more of the world as well. Because I do still feel like the first book, the focus was quite narrow, even though we did do some travelling and go to different locations and start meeting a lot of characters. It was still very focused on the lot from the Two Rivers, whereas this one we're seeing a lot more of everything else that's going on and how all the events in book one have started to fall out and all the manoeuvring that's going on. But yes, I will be working on this later. It's a 700-page book, so I do need to make some progress on that. What else is going on? That's it really. That's my update. I thought I'd just let you know how the reading was going. It's 9:15. I am not going to hit 4 hours today. I've just hit 3 hours and I'm on page 188 of The Great Hunt, which is chapter 11. I think that's some really good progress for today, and I think I've had about as much of this story as I can do in one day, and I'm tired. So, still fairly successful though. 3 hours of reading is pretty good. Not the 4 that's on the screenshot, but never mind. It's always tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to read this tomorrow or go for an SBFBO finalist. I kind of don't like having too much fantasy on the go at the same time, so if I was going to read a second book, I would want it to be science fiction. So I think I might work on this. Hopefully this will only take me a few days, and then do an SBFBO finalist. So I did get the review up tonight, so that's my first review of the batch of finalists done. I'm really pleased with how that came out, so I do need to work on another one for next weekend. But I've got a few days yet, so I'm going to get to bed now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's about 9:30 on Monday the 8th of January. It is a very chilly and grey day outside today. We didn't get any snow here, but other parts of the country have. I saw that on Twitter this morning. I don't think we're expecting any snow here. We don't tend to get much unless there's a lot of snow elsewhere. We don't tend to get much here because we are right on the coast. So today's screen time is 6 hours and 7 minutes, which I really appreciate past me picking. I'm not confident I'm going to hit that. I'm just going to be straight up about it. I only managed 3 hours yesterday instead of the 4 hours and 2 minutes. Also, because it's a weekday, I am prioritising the job hunting, which is, as much as I love reading, is more important than reading. So I'm going to give it a bit because it's still fairly early on in the day, and then just see what's popped up. I also need to start looking at employment agencies because I need a job. I don't earn any money on YouTube. I don't get enough views. I need a job. So there is that. I wasn't going to go into town this morning, but I just kind of want to get out about a bit. So I think I'm going to go and take another bag of stuff to the charity shop. I've still got plenty of stuff to go down. I've been having a really good sort out. And I do need to go to Aldi because I need to get some bits to make some pasta tonight because I've got some chicken left over from the weekend and I want to use the last of that up today and make a nice pasta bake. I need to get some just bits and pieces to make that. So that's the plan. So I might go off soon. The kitties are just settling down for a sleep, which is nice because I've been upsetting their routine lately, I think, by being home. I did read a little bit of The Great Hunt this morning while I was having my cup of tea, about 25 minutes I counted. I'm up to page 214, which is chapter 13, so I'm making really good progress in this. This is still feeling really familiar, so it is reading quite quickly, and I love being back in this world, and the writing style I'm finding is really easy to digest. Later books, I'm aware, are much slower and denser. We're still fairly early on in the series here, and it is one of the shorter ones. As I said, the font looks tiny on here, but compared to some of the other books, it isn't. And I do need to find book 14 in this version. So that's everything so far this morning. I do need to work on my book journal as well, because that is just my natural state of being, is being behind in my book journal. And I don't know, I'll let you know if I find any jobs worth applying to today. Good morning. I think it's about 8:45 on Tuesday the 9th of January. It's another chilly day today. I'm not planning on going anywhere today. I did take some stuff down to the charity shop and I've emptied a box. I still have another box, but it's too cold and I can't be bothered. So that box can stay there and probably add a few more things to it today. Yesterday ran away from me. It really did. And I'm just going to say that I'm not finishing off that reading challenge now. That's not happening. It's not how I'm reading at the moment. If I'd been on holiday for a week or two, it would have been a great challenge actually, because I wouldn't have a lot going on. I might have had a day trip or so, but at the moment with the job hunting, that really has to take priority over everything else I'm doing. So like yesterday, I was sorting out with recruitment agencies, looking at other jobs and then stuff in town, and it just ended up being quite busy. So I didn't do any more reading yesterday actually. I did this morning, and I had a look at the screenshot, and I think this morning was 4.5 hours. It's not happening. I've got last week's vlog to edit as well as the job stuff, so let's not do a timed reading challenge at the moment. I did read a bit this morning. I'm on chapter 16, which is 246. So I didn't make any progress yesterday. I'm going to try and make some progress today, because especially when the vlog is saving, I'll leave my computer to run on its own rather than watching anything else on it. So hopefully I can make a bit more progress in this one today. But I do have a few other bits and pieces to get done that are important. What else is going on? Oh yeah, The Wheel of Time is going to be my new big series, in case that wasn't clear. So last year I finished off The Expanse. I'd reread like the Expanse over several months and then finished it off. It was a 9-book series, 10 books if you count the short story collection. First one was a failure because it was missing 50 pages. So I was looking for a new series to get into, because I feel like if it's a long series, then about a book a month fits in quite nicely, and then you're making progress, and at the end you finish this big series. And I was looking at Joe Abercrombie's series, because I've read the first trilogy, then there's some standalones, some short stories, and then a new trilogy. But I ended up finding these, and I did debate Joe Abercrombie or Wheel of Time, because I didn't want, those big paperbacks on my shelf, but I was not going to leave these all lonely in the supermarket. So I'm going to read The Great Hunt, and then I think the next one will be next month. Because also in January I would like to make a good attempt at getting my SBFBO finalists finished, and then I could work on getting the content out. But yeah, I'm not going to marathon this. I'm not immediately going to pick up book 3, but it is getting into the bigger books again, which is great. And trying to knock down that TBR pile, which is bigger now than it was at the start of the year. But as I said, I wasn't going to turn down The Wheel of Time. So that being said, I need to go and start on the editing. So that's a job that can get out of the way, and then I can look at the jobs afterwards. So I'm going to go and do that now. It's going to take some doing, but I'll let you know. It is now just after 1 p.m. I've read a few more pages of The Great Hunt, but not a lot. I've been editing, which has just finished saving, so that's taken a while to get done. Also, I've got British Gas coming tomorrow to do my boiler inspection, and my boiler is in the library, so I've had to clear out the library and turn it into a normal person lives here with a normal amount of books, rather than Book Goblin lives here. So the library's tidier than it's ever been. All the books from the floor have first been moved into the spare bedroom. I've got a few other bits and pieces to do before I actually can start reading, so I'm going to go and deal with everything else and actually get this video uploading. It's going to take a while. It was an hour long. I hope you enjoy it. Good morning. It's about 8:45 on Wednesday the 10th of January. It's grey and wet outside, so I was going to go and treat myself to a coffee this morning, but I think I'll just make another cup of tea instead. It will be cheaper as well, of course. There's not a lot going on this morning because I'm waiting for British Gas today, which is just all sorts of fun. I've got a boiler service. I booked this at the end of November, and I've just been getting texts all week. So they come in between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So maybe they'll turn up at 10, maybe they'll turn up at 5 to 2. Who knows? They've also asked for pets to be shut away, which means Spencer is really going to appreciate being shoved into the spare room and will attack the carpet again. I don't like doing that to them, but sometimes it's just necessary to shut them away for their own safety. I'm sure I'll be forgiven when there's treats handed out later on today. And this week's vlog has not been an exciting one. I am aware of that. The focus this week has really been on job hunting, and it's still pretty quiet out there. So I'm doing a lot of hunting, but not applying yet. And when I actually spoke to the agency on Monday, they did say they were expecting it to pick up from next week, towards the end of the month onwards. It's still very early on in January, so fingers crossed that I find something soon. And other than that, bit of reading. I am making good progress in The Great Hunt, and I am over halfway through. I'm on page 366, which is about to be into chapter 25. And honestly, I'm probably just going to read this morning while I'm waiting for British Gas, and just, chill out and read that. And that is really all that's going on. I've got last week's vlog edited and uploaded, so that was going up at 4 o'clock, and I still have reviews to write, but I want to finish The Great Hunt, so that's my plan for this morning. And hopefully maybe life will be more interesting. Probably not. It's all about the job hunt at the moment. It is just after 1:30. British Gas have been. My boiler is perfect, which is wonderful news. It is only just over 3 years old, so it really wants to be in perfect condition. But I'm going to be really naughty now, and I'm going to take my Waterstones voucher into town because it's something I want to buy. But at least I'm not paying for it. It's coming up to about 3:45 now. I've just got home from town. I actually got the bus in and walked back. I was debating which way round to do it, but the bus was coming as I walked into town, and then when I was leaving town, the bus left the bus stop just as I was going to it. So I decided to walk home. It's not too long of a wait for a bus, but get the steps in and all that, and try and be a bit good. So I was successful in what I went into town for, because I remembered to check the website to make sure Grimsby had them in stock. So I've done a thing. I've got my own copy of Divine Rivals, and I bought Ruthless Vows. It's a duology, so this wraps it up quite nicely. I have a High Street voucher that I got given last year, and I'm just buying the odd thing with it. There's still a little bit left on it, so I may buy a couple more books. Mostly I'm saving it for the third, I don't know what it's called. It's the Justice of Kings series. I want that third one. That's coming out in February, I think. So I am saving the bulk of it for that. So with how Divine Rivals ended, I did give this one a 4-star. I did really enjoy it. 1 or 2 choices weren't my favourite, but I need to know how this wraps up. Seriously, I've been thinking non-stop about it. Even when I was reading The Great Hunt, which I'm really enjoying, I want to know how this ends, and my library doesn't have this in yet. It hasn't bought a copy yet, and I know when they buy a copy I'll have to wait for it. Thank you, Spencer, for using the litter tray while I'm recording. So I kind of want to start this tonight, even though I haven't finished The Great Hunt. But I'm going to start this tonight because I need to know how this ends. I need to know what happens. So I need to go and deal with Spencer. So, yay. Good morning. Spencer has the zoomies. It is 10 to 9 about on Thursday the 11th of January. It's a really dark day outside, so it's not great. I had every intention of sitting down and starting Ruthless Vows last night. Even put a bookmark in it, took the dust jacket upstairs, and was ready to start. I just kind of automatically picked up The Great Hunt instead. And I'm on page 458, which is chapter 32. So I think I'm going to finish The Great Hunt and then move on to Ruthless Vows. Because obviously this is what I want to be picking up. So I'm still really enjoying this. Yes, we have many things going on at this point. Book 2 in a massive series. Rand is basically figuring out what the hell is going on. All our other side characters are really starting to get into their stories and get started on the adventures they go on. So having a lot of fun, maybe make some more progress in that one today. Do need to work on the book journal. That is a thing I need to do today, as well as job hunting. Yes, we're going to continue to job hunt and see where things go, because it's Thursday. Still doing the job hunting, still doing the reading. There's not a lot going on this week. It's been a very slow week, I think, but the jobs are starting to appear, and that's the important thing. I am going out to go and get myself a coffee treat this morning because I feel like I want one. Try not to do it too often. It is an unjustifiable expense, but I do want a coffee treat, so I'm going to go and get a coffee treat. Good morning. It's about 10 to 9 on Friday the 12th of January. So yesterday was not a good day. I wasn't feeling it yesterday. Well, I really wasn't. I applied for a couple of admin jobs, and then beyond that I just wanted to curl up on the sofa and, just curl up on the sofa. But today I do have other things to do. I do need to go out and do my shopping today. I'm going to be leaving fairly soon, I think, to get that job out of the way. And then, continue with the job hunt and see where we go with that. I still haven't started Ruthless Vows because I am 60 pages away from the end of The Great Hunt. And that's not including the appendices. This is literally just a story. In fact, I think I'm 40 pages away from the end, if I ignore the glossary. So I will be finishing that today. And the whole plan was to finish longer books this year. So this is my first one. And this is quite a short one for the Wheel of Time, actually. A lot of the longer ones are later on. And then beyond that, I have actually picked out another book. Let me just grab it. I was just sorting through my library yesterday as well, and I decided to pick up an anthology because these are always nice to dip in and out of. As I said about the other one, the End of the World one, I wasn't expecting to get quite so wrapped up in that so quickly, but this one might be a little bit slower, just dip in and out. And that's another book knocked off. I haven't actually put the books back into the library yet after clearing it out for British Gas Visit on Wednesday. I kind of like how tidy it is at the moment, so I'm just leaving it, really. Stuff will move back in eventually, but for now it's a lovely tidy room and it's quite nice. So I'm going to go and sort out what shopping I need and then go out to Tesco and, do boring stuff that we need to do. It is just before 12 o'clock. I have been out and done my shopping, and I even checked the charity book table at Tesco again, but unfortunately there was pretty much nothing on it. No last remaining book 14 of The Wheel of Time that I somehow missed last week. There was a couple of kids' books on it, and that was pretty much it. Speaking of The Wheel of Time, I have just finished The Great Hunt, so I'm quite pleased. I have managed to finish off a good chunky fantasy book already this year. The whole point was to be working on these bigger books rather than, the quick ones that I can get done and get my book total up. So this one is a lot more meandery than the first book. The first book is setting everything up. We go on our adventure. Rand and his friends leave Emonsfield and go out into the wider world and find out what's going on. And a lot of The Great Hunt is fallout from that, and Rand figuring out what is going on, and everyone else starting their own plot lines as well. And then at the end, everything happens all at once. So I'm already looking forward to book 3. What is book 3 called? I can't remember. It's The Dragon Reborn. But I am not going to be reading that now. I cannot just go straight into The Dragon Reborn. I will not burn out on Wheel of Time. I'm going to slowly work my way through these. So I need to work on my book journal. I need to look at the jobs. I've had a look this morning. Wasn't a lot of new stuff on there actually. And I will start my Wastelands. Ruthless Vows might be tomorrow. That might be the first book I read in next week's vlog. But I really would like to get some YouTube stuff done this afternoon in between, you know, looking for jobs, and maybe a couple of short stories read today as well, and that'll be a good end to the week. So, I'm loving being back in the Wheel of Time. I'm having so much fun already. So, it's nearly lunchtime. I know it's 12. It's a little bit early still, but you know, I did buy some nice things from Tesco today. It's the evening now. It's not quite bedtime. I would really like to go to sleep though. I realised I didn't come back and update anything, so I'm going to end the vlog here. So that was the 4th week of unemployment. The 2nd week of job hunting, really, because I can't count the first 2 weeks. Anyway, I will see you all in my next video, and thanks for watching.